Hello friends, this is Sam Cheney reporting for WeaponizedNews.com. Today, September 18th, 2016, and it appears the United States is under attack by radical Islamic extremists. ISIS is carrying out terrorist attacks across the United States. At least they claim credit for them. And we see Donald Trump saying that explosives that went off in New York City yesterday were bombs. Hillary Clinton criticizes him for saying that right after she says that they were bombs. Insanity. The mainstream media is blaming Donald Trump for his use of words when we're under attack by terrorists. Let's get to the reports now. Drudge Report. Triple strike puts Manhattan on alert for UN summit. Bigger than ever police presence. Mysterious incidents raise alarms. Flip phone detectors. Letter with Arabic writing found. Paper call the bomb terrorism already. Surveillance footage shows man dragging bag between locations. Service suspended as pipe bomb found at New Jersey train station. Large explosion. 5 in custody with connection to New York City blast. Developing story. Terror pressure cooker, New York City. A la mall stabbings in Minnesota. There will be more. Of course, we had the stabbings too in Minnesota. Man stabs 8 at Minnesota mall. Soldier of the Islamic State. It's called Allah before the rampage. Asked victims if they're Muslim. Let's get to the reporting now. New York bombs filled with explosives, shrapnel. Investigators are treating blast in Chelsea neighborhood as an intentional act. There's the bomb going off there, capturing a still image. Counterterrorism agents were combing through surveillance videos as they hunted for a bomb maker who set off an explosion in New York Saturday night that injured 29 people, putting the city on high alert. Officials said they were trying to determine if the explosion in Manhattan, an unexploded device that was found 4 blocks away, and a blast earlier in the day about 80 miles away in New Jersey were the work of the same individual or group. Authorities on Sunday said they see similarities between the bombs. Cell phones were used in all 3 devices, but they hadn't made any clear connections as of yet. The main focus remains on the Manhattan blast. There's a map of Manhattan, site of the explosion. Let's get to more headlines. Authorities, New York City footage shows person moving devices before the blast.
I'm willing to help. I said I'm willing to help.
Just hang on right here.
All right.
My eye.
Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. I'm holding you. Okay? Come with me. You okay? Nothing's gonna happen. Okay? Nothing's gonna happen to you. Come on. This is the
A
ambulance.
victim
Right
injured
here.
by the
I got
blast
you, I got
in
you.
New York City,
Mommy,
Chelsea
you don't have
neighborhood
hardly nothing.
on Saturday night.
Right here.
What happened?
One injured.
I heard the explosion and I fell.
Okay?
And my
Take it
eye-
inside.
Okay, then. What does my eye look like? It's okay.
It's okay. You okay?
sure?
You okay?
Does my eye does it
okay?
look okay?
Go inside.
Our friend is around here somewhere. We don't know where she is.
All right.
We,
All right, 1 second, ladies. 1 second, ladies.
Okay.
You got some stuff going on.
Shrapnel.
That was a bomb. You heard? Yes.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
got
yeah.
piece of
Shrapnel from the bomb
she's hurt.
in that woman's shoulder.
listen, you have minor injuries.
I know. But
Come around this way. I want you to sit right here.
Yes, sir.
Continuing. There's the garbage can that was blowing up. What's left of it. Here's the surveillance footage. Surveillance videos captured the explosion in Chelsea neighborhood of New York from multiple angles. Let's take a look at this video. Surveillance videos captured New York City blast. People running scared. The explosion injured dozens of people. The second device nearby was removed after the explosion. Terror on the streets of New York City, on the streets of America. Continuing, mysterious incidents across U.S. raise fears of terrorism. People taken into custody in New York. Authorities are investigating 3 incidences, explosions in New York and New Jersey, and a stabbing attack in Minnesota that took place within a 12-hour period on Saturday, which ISIS has claimed credit for. An act of terrorism. Investigators hunting for clues in New York City bomb that injured 29. There will be more. Chilling 911 call after the Chelsea explosion. A 911 caller warned of further explosions right after the blast that rocked Manhattan's Chelsea neighborhood and injured 29 people. I'm looking at the explosion down the block. There will be more, the unidentified male said, claiming to be standing at 23rd Street and 7th Avenue in the aftermath of the terrifying incident, according to law enforcement sources. In another new wrinkle, a handwritten letter, a portion of which is in Arabic, was found inside a plastic bag that held the second device, sources said. Cops were interviewing 2 men who claimed to have spotted a potential person of interest in the case, sources said. The witnesses were dining at the Crush Bar and Grill on 32nd Street about a half hour before 8:30 Saturday night, before the explosion, when they saw an Arab-looking man who was carrying a suitcase and appeared to be out of place, sources said. Of course, there's the mangled garbage can that was exploded. There's de Blasio acting like he's doing something. The crime scene here in New York City. Investigators have obtained surveillance video of a person placing the unexploded device, sources are saying. Continuing. Meanwhile, sources said investigators were vetting an online Tumblr page on which someone claiming to be the New York bomber took responsibility for the blast and said the motive was a response to anti-gay violence and oppression. I did it because I cannot stand society. I cannot live in a world where homosexuals like myself, as well as the rest of the LGBTQ plus community, are looked down upon by society, one post says from the Tumblr account. Really? That sounds pretty made up to me. Are gays that oppressed in New York City? I highly doubt it. Continuing. Explosive language. This is out of the Observer. Call the New York City bombing terrorism already. Speaking to the establishment, Bill de Blasio, the rest of the left-wing media, Democrats, wake the hell up. It's radical Muslim extremism. It's terrorism. Call it what it is. It's a bomb. An explosion went off. A bomb caused that explosion. Unlike the powers that be charged with running New York City, you and I could be realistic. Intentionally placing 2 live bombs set to explode and intended to commit mass murder in a populated center of the most recognized city in the United States is terror. It does not matter if the perpetrator is part of a group or a lone wolf. It does not matter if you are fighting for Islam or animal rights or if you are an anarchist. The definition is plain and simple. Using violence or the threat of violence to achieve a political end is terror. Very well explained by the Observer. New York bombing investigators search for suspects and motive. Continuing here. They're searching for suspects. Surveillance videos from Saturday's show the same man near both sites, multiple sources say. A few blocks away from the blast site and shortly after the explosion occurred, investigators found one possible lead, a pressure cooker with dark colored wiring sticking out, connected by silver duct tape to what appears to be a cell phone. 3 attacks again on U.S. soil over a 12-hour time frame. Blast heard at scene of possible live bomb at Elizabeth train station. An explosion was heard at Elizabeth train station early Monday, where local and federal authorities were investigating a suspicious package. The bomb went off as a bomb robot was examining a device inside a backpack under the train tracks. The explosion was not a controlled blast, the source said. There were no immediate reports of injuries or major damage. Another bomb went off at the train station in Elizabeth. A drone was investigating the bomb. The drone indicated it could be suspicious and it could be a live bomb. Amazing. Large explosion in New York and New Jersey. Bombing investigation picks up pace. ISIS supporters rush to celebrate New York City explosion. We cause you pain inside your house, one ISIS supporter bragged online. Supporters of the Islamic State rushed to celebrate Saturday night's powerful explosion in New York's Chelsea neighborhood that injured at least 29 people, even as no group or individuals has been arrested or claimed responsibility. Well, ISIS has claimed responsibility. And the latest here, 5 people taken into custody in connection with Chelsea explosion. Sources say 5 people were taken into custody in connection with Saturday's bombing in Chelsea. On Sunday, the FBI and New York City Police Department conducted a traffic stop of a vehicle of interest in the investigation into the bombing. The men were in the car, were stopped on the Belt Parkway. They were headed from Staten Island to Brooklyn. So there you have it. America's under attack by radical Islamic extremists. Is this staged false flag? At the very least, it's a false flag by our own government due to the fact that they let these radical Muslim extremists into the country, and due to the fact that we are continuing the war on terror, the never-ending perpetual war on terror, making these radical Muslim extremists pissed off enough at America to attack us. All our government's fault. Or it could be all staged by our government. It certainly doesn't appear so, because they're denying now. Hillary Clinton, the mainstream establishment, is denying that these are even terror attacks. But make no mistake, the establishment will use these terror attacks to further take away more of our liberties. We need to end the unvetted refugees coming in this country. We need to end the illegal foreign wars of aggression, and we need to end false flag terrorist attacks by our own country. Once again, we don't know if this was a real terrorist attack, for sure 100%, it's still developing, or if this was staged by our own government. Either way, like I said, the government is responsible for this. Do your own research about false flag terrorism, about unvetted Muslim refugees coming into this country, about the never-ending perpetual war on terror, and how all these things will be used to further diminish our Bill of Rights and take away our liberties in this country. Subscribe to this channel, speak out, and take action. America is under attack.